Hey y'all, I'm back with the Project Life and Scrapbook process video for the Hip Kit Club using the March 2017 kits. And I'm starting by laying out my cards that I'm going to be using. And this week it's all about dressing up Project Life cards. And so I decided to um, take it a little bit of a step further and step out of my comfort zone. And I'll show you how I do that in just a second. But first I'm trying to figure out exactly what cards and photos that I'm going to be using. And I decided because this photo wasn't really standing out in front of the words happy, I decided to mat that with some cardstock. And I'm also going to cut down these other photos so that they'll fit nicely onto this 4x6 piece of white cardstock. For that bottom photo, I actually cut it into like more of a thumbnail size because I wanted to be able to see the message that was on that card, and it says something about love lives here or something like that. And so I wanted to show that so that because the photo went well with that. And the photos of my daughter and my husband sleeping in during the summer, I believe. So I stepped out of my comfort zone and decided to write onto the cards, and I really loved the way that it turned out. I wasn't sure about it at first. I do go back and add lines underneath the text, and I do end up really loving it. I just have a hard time writing right onto a card, especially one that's designed and one that I can't like get another one of, and so that was different for me, but I'm really glad that I did that. So I added those really pretty Dear Lizzie thickers to note that it's week 29. So that's my title card. And I'm adding a couple more of these stickers from the Shamel Lane collection, and it's called Little by Little. And I'm going to also add a couple of little animal stickers right to the photo of my daughter and a friend's daughter playing. I thought that was a cute little element to add there. And then I'm also going to add a little word sticker as well. There's where I add the lines, and I felt like that kind of finished off the text there. And I'm looking at these Pink Fresh Studio word stickers again, and I added a little something right next to the photo of my daughter getting her haircut, which was a disaster, by the way. She did not like that. She did not like the water on her hair well, she loves the bath, but she didn't like the lady like spraying her hair. And I guess I really wasn't prepared, and I probably should have known better, but anyway, she just felt like she was out of control, like she didn't have control, and so she was trying to get out of the seat and trying to climb right on top of it, trying to climb on us to get her out, and I felt really bad. It was probably like a 1-minute haircut. And so anyway, after that she's had some luck with some haircuts since then. A little bit more luck. It's not as good, but it's a little bit better. We've kind of found some tricks to distract her. So on that one, I added a little ticket, and then I just put a little word phrase sticker right on top and stapled. And then I stapled a few other elements, and I really love just the way that looks. I really feel like it finishes off some of the cards and the photos. So that's pretty much it for the Project Life spread. Now I'm going to move on to the scrapbooking layout. And I'm really sorry for the nasaliness in my nose. I feel like it's super annoying to hear myself talk. But anyway, I'm going to use this stencil that came in our color kit, and it looks kind of like a lattice. I'm not really sure what it is, but I think it's by Echo Park. And then I also used some of the pasties in Raspberry Sherbet, and that's by Shimmers. And I just love the way that turned out. And I loved kind of like the two pinks together. In the photo of my daughter, she has on kind of a pink outfit with a brighter pink bow, and so I felt like the pattern or the cardstock and then the Raspberry Sherbet pasties really complemented the photo. And I have a hard time using colored photos, but when I do choose them, I try to pick colors that are going to be complementary of the kit. So I added a couple of little strips of paper right behind, and I just kind of offset them, but I added them right behind the photo, and then I added that really pretty text paper behind the photo as well. And then those patterns of paper that I mentioned that I added that are more like strips, that's actually from the Paige Evans Oh My Heart collection. And I just love that those are in like 2x2 squares. But I used them as strips because I ended up cutting them thinking I was going to cut them even more down to 2x2. But when I cut them in strips, I really liked the way that it looked stacked together, and so that's what made me do that. sometimes like my processes end up working out because I um, do things by accident and I just go with it. And it also kind of challenges my creativity too. So I wanted to originally add "You Are So Beautiful," I think, but the word "beautiful" was just going to be way too long. So I decided to do "You Are Such a Beauty." And the craft colored thickers are, I believe they're crepe paper, and they're called Charm or Charming. And then the kind of the color block ones are from Dear Lizzie. And then the other black thickers are just regular American Crafts foam thickers. I'm adding lots of stickers from this little by little Shimelle Lane collection. Added a few underneath the title just to kind of finish it off. I felt like that space was a little too blank. And I added a couple of little elements for the Pink Brush Studio collection, or I added the rainbow, then I'm going to add something else here in a second. But I actually ended up pulling those two items off because I feel like I kind of went south with the color scheme. Like I was trying to complement all of the colors, and then I think I just was adding too much, and I had just entirely too much going on this page. So that's where at this point I'm kind of thinking I want to add this flag or this banner flag thing, and I actually ended up pulling that off, and then also the rainbow. Trying to find a spot for this piece that said "Oh Hello," and I just kind of tucked it in right behind the photo. I'm also adding a couple of little other elements. I love when I have like circular elements, I love to pop them up on foam tape. And so I decided to add that right next to the photo. And then here's where I realized that I wanted to take off those other two pieces from Pink Brush Studio and add a couple more pieces from the Oh My Heart collection. I'm going to do a little bit more embellishing, and then I'm going to sew some things up, and you guys will see all of the final photos here at the end. I hope you guys enjoyed this process, and let me know if you have any questions. I hope you guys have a great rest of the weekend and a great week.